My name is Scott Basham. I'm here to do Starbucks Management Strategy PowerPoint presentation. First part of Starbucks Management Strategy was to transformation of the company, and then the reinvention of the company, and then to be a company with a conscience and a care. So the transformation of the company happened in 2008. It's very tough economic times. The company is sales growth is only 1%. They're having to close 800 stores nationwide, and by closing 800 stores nationwide, you just see the writings on the wall. Howard Schultz, who at the time is the chairman, writes a letter to the stockholders and talks about the changes the company needs to make. He's shortly then after appointed to CEO. After becoming CEO, he decides he's going to bring all of his managers and 2,000 employees with him as well. So it's a total of 10,000 employees that he is bringing to New Orleans. The cost of this is $30 million during a tough economic time. A lot of people were telling him it's wrong, it's a bad decision, but he felt it was a decision he had to make to reinvest into the employees and get their morale better and talk about the future of the company. So during this talk, they come to the conclusion that they need to close all their stores nationwide for 3 hours a day, and retrain all the baristas. So by retraining all their baristas and trying to make the customer experience better, they're going to retrain them and make the customer experience better. So by doing this, it tells you right then that this is a forward-thinking company, not a company that's thinking cut during a time period where everyone else is thinking cut. So also the reinvention of the company as well. So you look at the reinvention, the company during this time frame also comes up with a loyalty program. So if you buy 5, maybe you get the 6th cup of coffee free. And also they come up with some recognition programs as well that does the same thing. They also came up with a program where you could pay with your phone. It would make the customer experience better, the convenience of that. So shortly, within I think a 2-year time period, that becomes 14% of their sales. All their sales, 14% of all their total sales are from the cell phones. So that's a big increase right away. You see the reinvention. Also, this company during a time period that is very tough on the economy, time period where a lot of people are cutting positions. They open 5,000. Their goal is to open 5,000 stores in China within a 10-year period. Their goal in India is to open 1,000 stores within 10 years. These are very high goals for companies during this time period, but they saw the market was booming there, and they want to put the investment there instead of trying to cut more positions. Another great part about this company is they're a company with conscience. So they give benefits to part-time employees, which you don't see a lot today in today's society, and also by doing this, it also creates a great customer experience, because maybe you get that same barista for 4 years because that barista doesn't want to move on because they know they got part-time benefits there, they can work here and still maintain them. And that person that you see every morning knows how you like your cup of coffee, how you like it made. So being a company with a conscience pays off right there as well. So then also they look at hiring over 10,000 military and veterans and spouses within the next 10 years by 2019. So this also helps as well. These employees who are coming over from who've been fighting, these veterans, they want to be able to bring them back and acclimate them to society, give them their first opportunity of employment, and also helps the Starbucks as well because they get employees who have training as well. They can get them right there and dependable and get them right back into society. The third part to that is Starbucks also has a very social conscience. They have spoke out many times on different issues, which I find commendable, because you get a company that actually wants to stand for things and they want to talk about them and try to help the community. You don't see that many times. A lot of times companies want to stay away from the fray, and I find it very commendable that they stay on top of it. So if you want to look at Starbucks revenue during this time period, Starbucks from 2008 to 2009, you see some dip and some decline in their revenue. The first year of the transformation, you see a lot of people talking about their revenue, talking about maybe Howard Schultz has made some really bad decisions by spending when everyone else is cutting. But no, right away you start to see the dividends paid from investing in his employees and in creating a better customer experience. Within every year from 2008 to 2016, minimum growth of 2%, but the total growth from 2008 to 2016 is 200%. That's a huge growth during that time period, which is tells you right there that by investing in his employees, help the customer experience get better, and by investing in new technology and apps, and by opening new stores while a time frame everyone else is shutting down, help make them what they are for that 2016 revenue. Um, in closing, I would like to say that I think Starbucks is a very offensive strategy with their management strategy. You see a lot of companies get defensive; they want to cut, and you'll see. During this time frame, when other companies were cutting because their sales were down, Starbucks said, "All right, let's look at what we can do, make the customer experience better by making changes." So what they did is they changed the customer experience, invested in the employee, so their customer experience was better, and so you see it pay off huge in the end, which I believe is why Starbucks is standing strong right now, and their stock continues to rise. They are currently going through some management change. Howard Schultz is stepping down or has stepped down, but I believe the foundation has been laid to be a very strong company for many years to come.